19th day of December 2022. Some things I want you to remember. If you have fines and costs, you can work off your fines and costs on the community service program. If you say you're going to pay or you have paid something today, be sure and do that, or that could be considered a probation violation or contempt. If I give you a new hearing date, write it down and be sure and be here at the new hearing. If you're not here on the at the hearing date, a bench warrant will be issued for your arrest and you'll end up in the Lawrence County Jail, which is not a good place to be. Excuse me? Did any of that get recorded? Okay. It's Wes. Wes, can you hear me? You don't. Okay. Now, are you on yet?
No.
Okay.
We're starting the computer. I had to have John.
It's on.
Tell John to come here.
It's on. The switch is on.
Wes, can you hear me?
Mr. Mayor.
Nothing's working.
It's on.
Wes, can you hear me now? Oh, it was. That's the button right here. Turn off the. This was off. There you go. On record. This was trying, somebody hit this button, turn the speakers off. See that?
Yeah, got it.
Just so you know. Always check it button right there.
Okay. Apparently we have the problem straightened out. We're back on the record.
Yeah. Because that's what turns on my fall speakers.
Today's the 19th day of December 2022. I'm going to say what I said before because it wasn't recorded. Josh Cooper right here, he'll help you if you have fines and costs to work off. He'll be glad to help you get those done. And that, when you get that done, you'll get off probation. If you say you're going to pay or you say you have paid, always tell me the truth because that could be a probation violation or a contempt. Always write down your hearing date. If you don't appear at the hearing, a bench warrant will be issued for your arrest and you'll end up in the Lawrence County Jail, which is the worst place to be. Now we're ready for reviews.
As I call your name, come up to the bench to your right. Chad Anthony Curico, Kenneth Holzapfel, Anderson M. Jude, Vicki Lewis, and Waylon Wright.
That's most of it. Where's Chad Curcio?
Right here, Your Honor.
How are you today?
I'm doing just fine.
All right.
I have a progress report here.
May I see it?
Here I go.
You're outpatient, correct?
No, I'm in treatment.
Okay, inpatient.
Yeah,
You're living there.
yes.
Your Honor, if I may, he has been doing all this community service also. I believe he has 1 day left.
Okay, it says 12 hours, but it's really 6?
Saturdays was 9.
Okay. And you had a bad screen.
I'm sorry. That's prescribed?
Oh, they are?
Yes.
Okay. I wonder how you, if you're inpatient, how you got that.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't write it on there. They usually write as prescribed.
You're doing really well,
Well, thank you.
except for the 1 day of community service.
Yes. Yep.
All right? We don't require that you do that while you're inpatient, but you've been able to do it, haven't you?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see, today is the 19th January. Is January 23rd a good day? Write this down, January 23rd, 2023. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Is January 23rd a good date for reviews?
Let me look and see. Yes.
Okay. State your name, sir.
Kenneth,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Kenneth Oldsaffel,
Okay, I'll take you. Hold on.
okay?
Are you're not inpatient, are you?
No, I'm I graduated the program, and I'm doing it outpatient right now at Ohio Works for Ohio Family, One Stop Family Medical Center, that's where I'm at now. And also, I just got a new job at Heiners. I
Okay,
work
hold
for,
on, you're going too fast.
okay, I'm sorry.
You're with,
Oh.
is
Ohio means,
Stop Family Medical Center.
One-
One-stop family medical center.
yes, sorry.
where is that?
That's in Ironton.
What are you doing there?
Huh? I do outpatient.
Great. All right, now, I got that part now. You were telling me some more, got a
Yes.
new job.
I work at Heiners now. I work 4/10s, Wednesday through Saturday. I have Mondays and Tuesdays always off so I can finish my community service now. And also, I would like to ask if I could get my review hearing set on Monday so I could actually come in on my days off. That way I don't have to call off for work.
Yes, sir. Write this down. Are you gonna try to get it all done by then? January 23rd? That's a Monday. Are you gonna get all your community service done by then?
How many hours is it I have left?
26.
Okay, I did 13. I think I did 12 hours at the Festival of the Trees here in South Point. A woman named Melissa Butterworth. She said she would take it down and turn it into Capper, you guys. I'm not sure she did that, but that's who it was,
I'll
Melissa.
have to check, I just need proof of it, as long as I got proof of it.
Yeah, I went down there and worked for them, so I should have at least 12 hours credited for that.
Okay, who was that with?
Melissa Butterworth, it was at the Festival of Trees here in South Point.
Oh,
Your Honor, I was called about that. We did have several people go down, I just need proof of it.
Does Kenneth need to do that, or are you going to do it?
They'll have to get me proof of it.
Are
And
you-
I may already have it, I need to check and see if I've already got it.
So are you going to call Melissa, or do you want him to have her call you?
No, he needs to get it to me.
Okay.
I need to get it to you, okay.
All right, well, you're doing great. Everything looks good.
Thank you.
And I'm going to put down here, I'm going to ask Josh to put on his list to look for you on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Yes.
Review 1/23/23 at 9 a.m. January 23rd, 2023.
Now, what time does community service start here at the action?
7:30.
7:30, okay. All right.
Oh. Okay, that's it.
Thank you.
Say your name, sir.
Anderson Jude.
Anderson Jude. You have 24 hours community service and $570.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, that is, he done Saturday community service, and that's not reflecting on the paperwork.
I stand corrected.
He should have 18 hours left,
Which Saturday was it?
this past Saturday. Mr. Major updates those folders on Thursday or Friday, so whenever they work on Saturdays, it's not updated for Monday.
And have you done the 3-day school?
No, I'm at Lifehouse in Huntington, inpatient, is we're calling it. It's long-term, and I just transitioned from what we call like the lockdown part, to where I can actually work and stuff now. It's actually where I'm going. As soon as I'm done here, I start my job today at Red Lobster. The fines and community service, next time I come in front of you, all be done.
Okay. Now,
The class, I will get with her about. I don't know which one I'm going to be able to get to, because it'll be the next one, but I'm going to try very hard to get it done before I see you again.
okay. So you're going to do the school?
Yeah, the 3-day in Ironton thing?
Right.
Yeah.
When is the school?
When is it? I'm not aware. Actually, I had a question. So it was brought to my attention that the program I'm in and where we do our treatment on the medical side, in West Virginia, it actually counts as a DUI, and I can get a DUI certificate stating that, but it's not transferable, I don't think.
Right,
No, but the other way it is.
right.
All right.
He needs to do the school.
Yeah.
Working at Red Lobster.
Your Honor, Spectrum's here if you want to have him talk to him.
Okay, where is Spectrum? Spectrum.
That's a big job.
Raise your hand again, please.
Yeah, I see.
See her?
I got you.
All right. What are you going to do at Red Lobster?
I wait tables. That's what I was put on this earth to do. So if you're good at it, do it to the best you can.
Love that place.
Oh yeah. Come in and see me, man. I said, come in and see me. I'm telling you.
I'm going to put, you're going to finish your community service before the next hearing. And that's going to be 1/23/23 at 9 a.m.
So is it 2 more days?
You got a lot to do, but you're doing well.
If I put my mind to it, boss, I can do anything.
Good. Who's next? State your-
Wayland Wright.
Wayland? Thank you.
Got the bad news.
You're right. You're right.
Are you inpatient?
Outpatient.
Okay. The report looks good. And you owe $104 and that's it. When are you gonna get that paid?
Should be probably next couple months. I should have it.
Are you working?
Yes.
Where?
Donato's over in Ashland.
Okay, your next review is January 23rd, 2023 at 9 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you.
State your name, please.
Nikki Lewis.
Thank you. You're inpatient, are you? Yes?
Yes.
State your name, sir.
Rocky Duncan, Minute Reads. Dunkin.
The report is good, correct?
Yes.
And you owe $565.
I'm gonna make $40 today.
Great. Your next hearing is January 23rd, 2023 at 9 a.m. for a review.
Thank you
Thank you,
very
Ron.
much.
Thank you.
Victoria Bolden, Michaela Buzzard, Zachary Ellis, Christopher Trevisano, and Sabrina Pettit.
Say your name, sir.
Christopher Trevisano.
Did you complete the DUI school?
I have not completed it yet, sir. My counselor, she's supposed to be looking in for, I'm not sure what options are available as far as cost goes. The money is what's been holding me back.
Well, you don't owe any community service or any fines and costs, so that's the only thing holding you, that's keeping you.
Yes, sir. Come February, I'll have the financial stability to actually be able to complete it. That is, unless we can find discounts before then.
Is anyone here from Riverside?
I'm not with Riverside anymore. I'm with OVP.
Okay. Is anyone here from OVP? Nope. I don't have a report from OVP either. And that's outpatient, right?
It is outpatient, yes, sir. My past drug screens have come back negative, I guess is what I should say. They came back clean.
Well, I don't have anything on it.
I can go through my emails. She sends me the PDF files after each session, if you would like to see those.
Okay, please do that.
Yes, sir.
Hold on just a second. You're going to do the OBI school in February, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, your next hearing is 1/23/23 at 9 a.m. for review. And I need a report. You need to get me a report from OVP, and then you're going to go to the probation department. Is that how you're going to do that right now, to get me what I need?
Yes, I can do that for you. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
all right, thank you.
You're welcome.
State your name.
Sabrina Pettiford.
Okay. You owe 60 hours community service and $573.
Getting there.
Okay. I didn't hear what you said. You got to talk louder.
No, I was saying I'm getting there.
Okay. Now, you have two real old cases that you need to get rid of. And I'll tell you how to do that. Pay $20 and that'll take these last two cases off.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're from 2001. That's 22 years ago.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm paying on, and that's what the community service is from.
Yep, so we don't have to drag these files around. And then, tell me how you're going to get the community service done.
Can I go to the community center down here? Is that still open? Because I'm in Huntington, and I tried to go to the shelter, but I had to do an application. And I tried United Way, and nobody's called me back, so I don't have a car, and I have to get back and forth.
You do have a car?
No,
Okay, where do you live? Don't tell me.
right
the
now,
address. Excuse me?
in Huntington.
Okay, how far from here?
A little ways. I'm all the way on like close to Route 60 by Walmart.
Okay. Do you have anything out there?
I've been trying to Markham Terrace.
I would have to check, Your Honor.
So, Josh will help you any way he can, because he wants you to get the community service done also.
Okay,
You know where she lives, right?
Yes.
yeah.
It's got to be somewhere walking distance, or you can...
Or a bus? Yeah, we have buses.
Now, there's a bus from Huntington to Ohio. Did you know that?
I did.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a little one.
okay. We have
Your Honor, if she wants to do it at the community center, I'll accept it.
Chesapeake.
Yeah, I have a sister-in-law that's going down there for 55 and older, and she said she would take me with her.
Great.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna put, we'll get community service done at Chesapeake
Community center.
Community Center. All right, keep working hard. Get those 2 files off of here. See, look,
Oh, yeah, I know.
if you do, then you're down to 2 files. All right?
Okay, so am I just paying a certain amount and it's gone, or just keep paying?
Okay, I'm having trouble hearing them because of the mask.
Do you want me just to keep paying on my fines? Or-
Yes,
Okay,
keep paying on your fines unless you want to work it off on community service. But you only owe $20 to get 2 files done
okay.
at 9 o'clock.
All right, I'm gonna get the 2 files done. Hey, when am I coming back?
January 23rd, 2023 at 9 o'clock, and you're going to get a ride.
Yeah, to the community
Chesapeake.
service.
Great.
That it?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
State your name, please.
Yeah, my name is Aaron Sowards. I'm with Riverside Recovery. I have a report for Victoria Bolden.
Where is Victoria?
I'm unsure, sir. She was just with us. She was made aware.
Your Honor, she was here Saturday for community service.
I know she does work.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe she only owes one more day of community service to be completed.
Okay, you didn't put the 6 hours, so now she owes 6.
Correct.
Well, there's something wrong.
Your Honor, Ms. Bolden contacted me and said she was trying to find a ride here. She thought she could get here before court was over.
Okay, we'll pull that one back then. Thank you. Thanks for the report. And what is your name, sir?
It's Aaron Sowards.
Josh, if she doesn't get here, reschedule her, okay? Just for a quick, within 7 days or maybe Friday,
Yes, Your
because
Honor.
you're going to see her again, right? Community service?
Should.
Okay. McKaylee Buzzard. Wes, can you hear me out there?
Yes, Your Honor.
McKaylee?
Did not check in.
Thank you. Failure to appear. Bench warrant. Zachary Ellis.
He did not check in either.
Wes is telling me that he did not check in. Failure to appear. Bench warrant. Any more reviews? Okay. Wes, we're ready for arraignments.
Everybody's inside. State of Ohio versus Aaron Wells, case number CRB 22756.
Did you serve?
He should have already been served. He should already have something.
Okay. Do you have your papers?
Yeah, but I left them in my work truck.
Okay. So you've been served with the summons and complaint?
Yeah.
Okay. State your name, please.
Aaron Wells.
And so you tell me you do have a copy of the complaint?
Yes.
Okay. States that Aaron Wells of Fayette Township, Lawrence County, Ohio, on November 9, 2022, being the owner, keeper, or harborer of any dog, except when the dog is lawfully engaged in hunting and accompanied by the owner, keeper, harborer, or handler, failed to keep the dog physically confined or restrained upon the premises of the owner, keeper, or harborer by leash, tether, adequate fence, supervision, or secure enclosure to prevent escape, in violation of 955-22C1 of the Ohio Revised Code. Failure to confine dogs, minor misdemeanor. This act occurred in Lawrence County, Ohio, is contrary to Ohio Revised Code 955-22C1, failure to confine dogs, minor misdemeanor. Do you understand the charges and the rights given to you earlier today when Josh showed the film?
Yes, but I
Hold
do
on a
got,
minute. I'm not finished. Possible consequences, no jail time, but $100 fine. It's $150 now. All right, what did you want to say?
I tried to talk to the guy because he's got the wrong dog. It's not my dog. And I got pictures of like, these are all kinds of dogs in his yard. It's definitely not my dog. But my dog has a electric fence and he can't go past the electric fence or anything. And he keeps stating it's my dog. And I tried to talk to him and he just blows it off. And I mean, I've been trying to cooperate with him and
Plea of not guilty?
yes.
Okay. Is anyone here from the prosecutor's office other than Phillips here? It's a minor misdemeanor, so there's no right to a lawyer. Mr. Heel, this is the assistant prosecuting attorney. This is Aaron Wells. He's entered a not guilty plea to failure to confine dogs, a minor misdemeanor, and I'm glad Sarah's here too. He's telling me the dogs they're talking about are not his. So I wanted you to be aware of that, to be ready for the pretrial. He says that his dogs are confined with an electric underground fence?
Yes, and a shot collar, but I only have one dog. And he keeps saying there's multiple dogs, it's mine, I only have one. And he's in the house.
Okay.
Unless he uses the bathroom.
So the way we would approach this is, and understandable, sometimes that stray dogs come around where somebody has a dog because maybe there's food outside or if they have some reason for coming around. And if they're not your dogs, then having them, I mean, do you know whose dogs they are is the question.
Yeah, it's actually the neighbor that lives down the road from me. I got pictures of him in his yard and everything. And
Our goal is not to, when we receive the information, which I haven't even seen this ticket yet, but we're obviously going to have to, in the beginning, rely on what the enforcement officer has told us, but we don't stop there. We want to make sure that the right thing is done. The dogs probably need to get picked up if they're just running around loose.
yeah, well, that's what I said too. He said he kept calling the dog warden on him and my dog's still at home, so.
How much time do you need for a pretrial to get your everything?
Well,
You've got to get it done within 30 days, right?
right, so,
Hold on just a second. Let's see when it was. It was filed November 29th. And it says on or about November 9th, 2022.
may I look at the ticket,
Yes.
Your Honor?
And dogs are very serious things to consider if you watched the news last night.
Yeah.
But if what you're saying is the truth, you're doing everything you can do to take care of your...
Yeah, I mean, he goes out to use the bathroom, he comes right back in. And there's probably 6 other dogs that live down the road and they're always running around. They chase cars and they're always in his yard.
But for some reason, he thinks that they're your dogs.
Yeah, but I only have one. And
You keep your dog license?
yes. Yeah, I have a lifetime license on him too.
All right, so here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to have this set for pretrial. And sir, I'd like for you to bring proof that you have your dog licensed.
Okay, I got a receipt and everything on my phone.
And then we're going to try to have Mr. Hatfield here, who is our enforcement officer. And then we'll also want to talk to Mr., whatever his name is, what's the Coolins?
Yeah.
See what he has to say, just try to get to the bottom of it. The only problem we have here is that, is there something? Never mind. Okay, 6th of December. 6th of December, so.
Is that the starting date?
Yeah, that's what it was served. But it's already the 20th. This is the 19th, so we'd have to have this here within the next week.
Okay. Put my scheduler up here, please.
When we come back, I'll try to have all that information, have the enforcement officer here.
Are we
Like
here
the
on
dogs they are.
Yeah,
the 23rd?
yeah, they live right down the street. I mean, it's, I'm sure you've heard the name Jeremy Butcher, so that's who they are.
Okay, what we got going? Oh, that's not bad, is it? Let me see it again. So,
Yeah, just like this
Mr.
here.
Wills,
That's one of the dogs. That's his house right there.
Uh-huh.
And then my dog is,
Why Hatfield thinks they're all yours.
I don't know, I tried to go, I went across the road to try to talk to him. He keeps saying it's my dog, and he said he like growled at him, showed his teeth. And
Well, you wouldn't care to forfeit the dog then, right? Since it's not yours.
yeah, it's not my dog at all.
All right, so that's, I mean, I think there's a way to resolve this.
That's my dog there, so.
Okay.
can you resolve it right now?
Well, I don't think we can resolve it right now, but I think ultimately,
I mean, you can drive up
if the
there
dogs
right
are a nuisance and they're running the road and bothering people, then there's a way to resolve that.
Okay, as far as this gentleman's concerned, you're set for 12/23/22. Write this down, at 10 o'clock. That's this Friday. Now, when you come in here, I believe it's going to be Judge Capper. You bring him everything you told me, that you bring, show him the license. You said you have a lifetime license for your dog?
Yeah.
And proof that you have him inside an underground fence, and picture of the dog, and that you have no claim at all whatsoever to the dogs that are harassing the other people, and ask the judge to dismiss this case against you.
Okay.
Because if everything you're saying is true, you're doing everything right.
Yeah. Like I said, you can drive up there right now and all them dogs would chase you. Like,
And you don't care about those other
no,
dogs.
I don't know.
All right, Ron, will you remember this gentleman?
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Melissa D. Shepherd, case number CRA 22797.
State your name, please.
Melissa Shepherd.
Have you been served with a copy of the complaint?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I don't think,
And I also have where some of the stuff has been removed off my property.
hold on. I don't think she has been served.
She's got a ticket.
Yeah, but she hasn't gotten this.
That's not the way Judge Captain normally does it.
Want to get her started?
We'll have to get a copy.
It's already ready for you in there.
They always put it on top of it, so.
Okay. Josh Cooper is handing you a copy of the summons and complaint.
Thanks.
The charge is that Melissa D. Shepherd at Mason Township, Lawrence County, Ohio, on or about December 13, 2022, did dispose of solid waste by open dumping or open burning, a violation of 373403 of the Ohio Revised Code, open dumping, unclassified felony in Lawrence County, Ohio, contrary to 373403, open dumping, an unclassified felony. Do you understand the charges and the rights that were given to you when Josh showed the film?
Yes, sir.
All right. The maximum penalties for this case are $10,000, minimum $10,000 fine, not more than $25,000, at least 2 years in jail, maximum of 4 years. Do you want a lawyer to represent you?
Yes, sir, because I am working on cleaning. The day they appeared, I just had surgery,
Okay,
and
hold
I
on.
have
Hold on just a minute.
well, I have a receipt here of some of the junk of Greg Taylor. He scraps, and I have receipts where he took them
Wait
to.
just a minute, okay? Are you employed?
No, I get SSI. And I have a child.
Okay, who do we have here today?
I'm a single parent.
This is Lance Thompson. Melissa Shepherd is not employed, and she's been charged with an unclassified felony. Open dumping, 373403. This is your lawyer, Lance Thompson.
Open dumping.
Now,
What's your phone?
740.
she wants to tell you
414.
about the fact that she's working on getting
02.
everything cleared up.
57.
Sorry, Your Honor. Okay.
And she'll talk to you about that. She's got some receipts she wants to show you.
Okay.
All right. Now, do you want to talk to her just for a second and tell me when do you want the preliminary?
I could just say 2 weeks from today would be, 3 weeks from today, I guess.
All right. Mr. Hield has come in. I assume you want to say something about this case.
No, I just sense that I might be needed.
Okay.
But if I'm not, that's fine too.
This is an unclassified felony, open dumping. It's a very serious charge.
It is. And in order to continue
Some of the
the
stuff
arraignment
has
or
been
the
emptied.
preliminary for that long, it will require a time waiver, which we would be happy to agree to if they want to. And normally, Judge, the way we want to handle a case like this is we want the situation dealt with. We want it cleaned up. If it's cleaned up and there's not some other circumstances that would keep us from doing it this way, we would be agreeable to reducing it to a misdemeanor instead of having to send her to prison. So,
Mr. Thompson,
Yeah, I've been trying to find a dumpster.
before you got, I couldn't get her to stop talking, and she was telling me that she's done a bunch of work. So she's already doing what Mr. Hield is wanting.
Right.
Are you willing to waive?
Yes,
the
yes, sir.
time to get to where you can come
Yes.
in and say it's all cleaned up?
Yes, sir.
All right. Are we going to get a time waiver then?
I'll write one up, Your Honor.
All right. She's already started doing what you're asking.
So what we'll need also to do is have Mr. Summers, the enforcement officer, confirm that things are cleaned up.
Okay?
I have a question. Some of the.
Ask your lawyer.
Okay, some of the stuff has went over the hill so long before I even knew. Yeah, I can't even get it out of the ground.
Okay. What she's saying is that some of the stuff that is, in this situation has been there before she even moved there. So, well.
Is it on her property?
Is it on your property?
No, sir.
On the state's property?
Yes, sir.
Can you prove the property line?
That's between
Yes.
you and Mr. Heel,
Okay.
Mr. Thompson.
All right. We need to prove the property.
Okay. How do I do that?
Well, I guess you're gonna have to go to the
Of what?
county clerk.
I got the deed to my property.
Okay. Well, then just, what you'll do is you'll just email me all this.
What do you do in a situation like that, Mr. Heel?
Because I have to hook my truck to it.
With a situation like what, Your Honor?
She's saying that she didn't dump everything over on the state property, that it was there when she
That's the
moved.
receipts that was on my property, sir.
Okay, can you email those to me? Or have all
Yes.
this time? Okay. So,
I'm gonna,
3 weeks and we'll sign a time waiver?
when do you want it?
Whatever. 3
How many
from
weeks?
3? Actually, on this, can we go 4? We'll sign the time waiver.
You want
Or
to
give her time to,
If you waive time, we don't care.
okay, so let's say 4 weeks
One,
on Monday.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that'll be January 17th.
January 17th, and we would ask for an OR bond, please?
2023.
That's a Tuesday.
17th is a Tuesday, Your Honor.
That's what you said you have court
But
on.
we have court that day.
You gave me a note.
January 16th is a holiday.
Yeah, the Tuesday, but he needed the Monday, so
Well, so maybe another week, please.
maybe the 23rd.
You want it on the 23rd then?
That's fine.
January 23rd, 2023 at 10 a.m. for preliminary hearing. And did you, do I have a time waiver?
Yes, sir.
And let's talk about bond.
We don't oppose an OR bond, Your Honor.
$10,000
Same
OR
day
bond.
that was served to me. So it's removed.
You're doing the right thing by starting that cleanup.
Yes, and sir, and I got a trash company started too. They will be there Monday.
Great. You're doing the right thing. And you've got a lawyer to help you.
Okay.
All right?
I have one question I want to ask you. So, with the cervix being removed, is that enough time?
Yes, my daughter will help me.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. That's 1/23/2023 at 10 a.m. It's a $10,000 OR bond.
Just call me on Saturday afternoon.
Okay.
Well, actually,
Is there any way?
Monday would be good.
State of Ohio recalls Victoria Bolden, case number 2022-263, A and B.
Good.
That's good.
Now, take care of all
All
of
right,
you.
thank you.
Feel better.
I'll try.
State your name, Victoria.
Victoria Bolden.
Aaron Salads is here from Riverside.
I don't know.
And he provided us with a Riverside Recovery Services report. Now, Josh, this is the one that you said she did 6 hours, right?
Correct, Your Honor.
So she's down to 6 now.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's good, because you're going to continue your outpatient treatment, right?
Yes.
And you owe 6 hours community service. Can you get that done before your next hearing?
Yeah, I meant to have it done before even this hearing, but I had some health issues. My feet swelled up and it made me not be able to get it done, but I'm okay again, so I'll get it done.
January 23rd, 2023 at 9 a.m. for review.
What was the date, Your Honor?
January 23rd, 2023 at 9 a.m. Keep up the good work.
All right, thank you.
And you're going to get community service done before then, right?
Absolutely, I promise.
Well, you're doing really well.
Thank you. Is community service all week like normal?
He's asking you a question.
He nodded, I got it.
Oh, okay. What was the question?
I was just wondering if community service was gonna be normal this week. I wasn't sure because of the holidays, but he said it was.
We work every day, including Christmas.
Oh, really?
I'm kidding about that. Don't show up on Christmas.
I won't.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thanks for coming, Mr. Sowers. We appreciate it.
State of Ohio versus Robin Varney, case number CRB 22730.
Have you been served with your papers yet?
Yes.
Okay. State your name, please.
Robin Varney.
Did you serve her?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
She was served earlier.
Okay, today?
I don't think it was today. She was.
No, I got the paperwork on the 17th when I got home from the hospital.
All right, thank you. The charge is Robin Varney of Perry Township, Lawrence County, Ohio. On November 7th, 2022, did by engaging in a pattern of conduct knowingly caused Jessica Ferguson to believe that the said Robin Varney would cause physical harm to the said Jessica Ferguson or cause mental distress to her in violation of 2903.211A1 of the Ohio Revised Code, menacing by stalking in Lawrence County, Ohio. Do you understand the charges and rights given you earlier today?
Yes.
Possible consequences are $1,000 fine, 6 months in jail. To the charge of menacing, I'll ask you to enter a plea of guilty, not guilty, or no contest.
Not guilty.
Not guilty. You want a lawyer appointed to represent you? You do not? Are you going to hire your own lawyer? Or are you going to represent yourself?
No, I have, the day that she claims all of this happened, I did call her name, but that's the only thing I did. She claims that I chased her car down the street.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait. Before you, now I want you to know, you're on the record here. We're recording this, so you may not want to say anything until the hearing, unless you want to, I guess that's more for a pretrial. Okay, let's get back to the question. Are you going to represent yourself? You said you do not want a lawyer appointed, or are you going to hire a lawyer? You got 3 choices. Hire a lawyer, we appoint one to represent you, or you represent yourself. What do you want to do?
I guess you all could appoint me a lawyer.
Okay, you got to speak a little louder.
I guess you can appoint me a lawyer.
Okay, are you employed?
No. I had a stroke November 6th of 2021 and haven't been able to work since.
Okay. Is Lance the only one here?
Sorry, Your Honor, we have Mr. Morford here also.
This is Warren N. Morford. He's an attorney licensed in the state of Ohio, and he's been appointed to represent you. She's unemployed, hasn't been able to work for over a year. She's been charged with menacing, misdemeanor of the 1st degree. and she has a lot of things to tell you. She wanted to tell me, but I thought it'd be better to tell you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, now, Mr. Morford, when do you want pretrial?
Judge, I'm in no rush if she's going to be out on the OR bond.
We haven't set bond yet, but let's talk about bond.
We're not opposed to an OR bond, but we will be requesting a protection order.
$5,000 OR bond with the protection order. How's that sound, Mr. Milford?
That's fine with us, Judge.
And when do you want pretrial?
Your convenience, Judge.
Excuse me? Oh, okay. Friday, December 30th, 2022. Are you going to be here on that date?
Yes, Your Honor.
At 10 a.m. Appoint Warren N. Morford as attorney. $5,000 OR bond with the protection order. Has she signed that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
And that was Robin Barney.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Richard A. Gibbs, case number CRB 22731. Richard Gibbs did not check in, Your Honor.
Failure to appear. Bench warrant. Now where are we? Okay.
State of Ohio versus Austin D. Pauling, case number CRA 22737, CRB 2262, CRB 19743, CRB 21246. Austin Pauling. Did not check in either, Your Honor.
Failure to appear, bench warrant.
State of Ohio versus James McClellan, case number TRD 21682, TRD 181168, TRD 163521, A and B.
Thank you. Thank you. Are you under a bond now?
No.
So you were supposed to be here on 12/6, Friday,
Yeah, Friday.
and didn't appear, and then you told John, and now you're here. Is that what we're doing?
No, I'm at Regal and I didn't put it on the itinerary. I knew I had court. The itinerary is transportation. It's Regal Recovery. Anyway, they wasn't able to take me, so here I am today.
Okay. Withdraw the bench warrant, Doreen. Okay? So we're going to just consider this a review.
Okay.
And did you bring this today, progress report?
They sent it. They emailed it.
Okay.
Just to make sure I had it in front of you.
Thank you. Everything looks good on your report.
All right.
And you owe, you're inpatient, right?
Yes.
Okay. On one file, you owe 18 hours community service, $285 on fines and costs, and the other 30 hours community service, $435, and the other 24 hours community service, $585. So, since you're inpatient, we don't require that you do the community service unless they let you, or will they let you do that?
I'm not sure.
Okay, will you ask them about that?
I sure will. If not, can I just pay off my fines and just be done with it once it's paid off?
You can pay off your fines, but you gotta do your community service.
Okay.
Your review is, write this down, January 23rd, 2023. Did someone bring you today?
Yes.
Who brought?
And she ain't here. She took, I forget his name. Anyway, she had to take him to work. He was here earlier.
What's Ansie's last name?
I don't know her last name.
Your Honor.
You said January 23rd?
Yes,
What time?
9 o'clock. That's a 2023.
All right.
Does someone want to give me some information?
Yes, Judge Hall, it's Ann Artis, A-R-T-I-S. She's here off and on.
How do you spell that last name?
A-R-T-I-S.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, you're going to be here January 23rd, 2023 at 9 a.m. for review.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
State of Ohio versus Robert Reynolds. It's case number TRC 2510, A, B, and C, CRA 19455, TRD 191375, TRD 192349, 2340 perhaps.
Good morning.
CRD 19599.
I'm here for a review, Your Honor.
Excuse me?
I'm here for a review.
12/12.
Yes, sir.
Okay, why weren't you here on 12/12?
I just had a misunderstanding. I have a paper in my car, it says the 19th, and I guess he wrote down the 12th. I'm not sure.
Oh, go get that piece of paper. We'll be right back while he does that.
Okay, we're back in session.
Your Honor, I guess, I don't know if I've left it at my house, I'm not sure, but I have no reason to lie to you. And I haven't missed a court date in 3.5 years. I come here every month.
Okay, I'm gonna believe you. How's that?
That's fine with me.
So we'll make it, today is 12/19/22. And, okay,
I did pay on my fine before I come in here too.
okay, how much did you pay?
I paid 40 on it this morning.
Good. Withdraw the bench warrant, okay? We do that?
Only thing I have left to do is pay like $400 on fines, and I have a 3-day DUI school. And I should be complete with all this.
Okay, one, it says you owe $555.
Okay. I
The
guess
other
I'm-
says you owe 30, and the other says you owe 70, so that's $655.
Yeah, it's a little off, ain't it?
Excuse me?
I'm a little off on my math.
And all your community service is done.
Yes, sir.
When are you gonna do the school?
I've been trying to do it for 3 months now. I just had a newborn about a month ago, and that's hit me in the pocket again, so
Oh, so your problem is money, right?
absolutely, it's everybody's money. The problem's money.
Spectrum is here. Raise your hand. See her? Would you see her on your way out?
That's fine.
Okay. Needs to do the school set for 1/23/2023 at 9 a.m. for review. When is the next school?
January the 12th and 15th.
Can you get the money by then?
I don't want to lie to you and tell you yes, I'm not sure.
Well, I'd rather you go to the school than pay on these fines, okay?
That's
So,
fine.
I'd rather you get that school out of the way.
Yeah, you and I both. I'd love to have a license again. It's just,
All right?
Take it
That's the
as it goes.
attitude. Good attitude. Okay. Your next hearing is 1/23/23 at 9 a.m. And you're going to try to get to school 9 a.m. Do you have a lot of space for the next school?
Yes.
Okay, so she's got the space.
All right.
Good luck.
Hey, thank you.
That was Robert Reynolds.
State of Ohio versus Sean Alex Combs, case number TRD 213028.
State your name, please.
Sean Combs.
Sean, you were supposed to be here on May 13th. Why did you?
Well, I had open heart surgery in April. Had triple bypass.
How'd you do?
I'm here, I gotta wear this thing for like a year.
You look good.
Trying to.
Who was your doctor?
Dr. Dan, over Cabell, St. Mary's, I mean.
So you forgot to call your probation officer or what?
Yeah, I was laid up, I was staying up Salt Rock with my daughter, so I get back around again.
Okay. Did they pick you up on a warrant?
Nah, I just come in.
Okay, well, you did the right thing, but you did it 6 months late, so we want to correct that. In other words, we don't want you in jail recovering from triple bypass. And that's what would have happened if you'd been sitting in a
Yes,
car.
sir, that's why I come in.
Okay. Now, you owe 30 hours community service, $245 in fines and costs. And that's not bad. I have the the community service person right here.
Well, I worked it for the township, but they forgot to turn it in. I got a paper to have him fill out and turn it back in. I already worked the community service to 30 hours.
Have you talked to Josh about this?
Talked to somebody over here about it.
That gentleman right there?
I'm gonna talk to Mr. Major.
Okay.
I got a paper here, he told me to fill it out and bring it back in, turn it in.
What have you been doing for the township?
I work community service.
What do you do for them?
Worked up the boat ramps up there in Rome and worked on the bypass out there on Irene Road.
Are you doing cutting grass or picking up garbage?
Yeah, cut grass and painting up boat docks, cut brush.
I've seen him out working.
Okay. Now, how many hours did you get in?
I had it all done, but he said I was done with it, and he never did. I reckon he forgot to send the paper in, but I can talk to him, he'll fill it out for me. Mr. Mayo and Mark Bailey.
So they're saying you did the 30 hours?
Yeah. He told me I was done with my community service.
Who told you that?
Mark Bailey and Mr. Mayo.
Okay.
Your Honor, he spoke to me today, and I advised him, I gave him the paper there, advised him, just have him fill it out, and we would give him credit for it. We just needed documentation.
Okay, now what I'm going to tell you is, so you can work even with the triple bypass?
No, this was before I had the heart trouble.
Okay. All right, you owe $245. Now, when you get to the point where you can work for Josh and knock out those fines and costs if you want.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Write this down. January 23rd, 2023 at 9 a.m. for review. Now, you need to be here on that date. And if you have heart problems at that time, call the probation department. Because I'm telling you, you don't want to be in the Lawrence County Jail.
I hear you. I don't want to be without heart trouble.
Right. Okay.
What was that date again? July what? January 23rd?
January 23rd, 2023 at 9 a.m. And what was the date of your heart surgery?
The end of April. I can't remember the exact date. It was in the end of April, and I still got to go back to that thing over in Huntington about this box getting it tucking off here end of the year.
Is that monitoring your heart?
Yeah, it's a shocker. Like if I have a heart attack or something, while my heart's building up, it'll shock me.
Yeah, that's called a life vest.
Life vest, yeah.
There's somebody monitoring you right now.
Yes, sir.
Your heart's probably going up right now. because you're in court.
Yes.
All right. 12323 at 9 a.m. This gentleman right here, Josh Cooper, he has, do you have a lot of work for people who can't do strenuous exercise right now?
Yeah, I have work.
Okay. If you want to do that, but we don't want you having a heart attack while you're working for Josh. You understand that? So,
Well, it's supposed to be all my community service supposed to be done. I just gotta get them to fill the paper
okay,
out.
but I'm saying, tell him how you can knock out the 245.
We take $50 a day off for a 6-hour day towards your fines. The only thing you have to pay is court cost if you want to do extra community service towards your fines. Or you can pay your fines, either or.
Okay.
Hold on just a minute. Can't- Well, I can't get these two pieces of paper to come, they're stuck. But it looks to me like if you got your community service done and you pay the 245, that John will probably release you from probation and you won't have to worry about any of this.
Yes, sir, that's what they told me when I first got on.
Good. Now, did you ever get your license back?
No, not yet. I got everything released and paid. I just gotta take a test and everything over.
Oh, you gotta take the test?
Yeah, I ain't allowed to drive right now. They told me I ain't allowed to drive.
Okay.
The doctor did. I remember that doctor, Dan, told me I couldn't drive a car or nothing right yet.
Then don't drive a car.
I ain't.
Well, you're doing really well, and you do have that monitor, which that'll, if you have any problems, they'll know it.
Yes, sir. Thank God I haven't had none yet.
Well, the main thing for you to do is stay alive.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
12323.
State of Ohio versus Morgan McClanahan, case number CRB 22800.
Andrew?
No, they never understood.
State your name, please.
Morgan McClanahan.
22800. Josh, you just served her with the complaint, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
The charge is that Morgan McClanahan in Union Township, Lawrence County, Ohio, on December 18, 2022, did knowingly cause or attempt to cause physical harm to Andrew Arthur, a family or household member, in violation 291925A of the Ohio Revised Code, domestic violence misdemeanor of the first degree in Lawrence County, Ohio. Do you understand the charges and the rights given you earlier today?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes.
That's a misdemeanor of the first degree. Possible consequences, 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. I'll ask you to enter a plea of guilty, not guilty, or no contest.
Not guilty.
Do you want a lawyer to represent you?
Yes, please.
Are you employed?
No.
Do you have any source of income?
Yes.
What?
I do OnlyFans.
Excuse me?
OnlyFans. It's a website where people can subscribe and they pay a subscription price.
I don't understand what you meant.
I have it's a website and you have an account on there and people can subscribe to your account. It's like a subscription. I don't know how to explain it.
They send you money?
Well, yes, they can. But it's through the website. It's a very large website. I don't really know how to explain it.
Something like a subscription blog. They subscribe to see what you're saying, what you're writing down, what you're doing. They pay money for it.
So you're a blogger?
Yes.
How much do you make doing that?
It ranges. It can be like 800 a month, or like 1,000. It depends.
What did you make last month?
I'm not sure.
Well, give me an idea.
Probably like 800.
So that's 200 a month, a week?
Yeah, I guess.
We'll come back on a later date in the not too distant future. We'll discuss how we'll resolve it. But I'm not just going to dismiss it today.
Okay. What do you talk about to get people to send you $800 a month?
I do modeling.
Oh, okay. Well, you're under the amount, so that's good. We're going to appoint Warren Helford to represent you. This is Attorney Warren N. Morford. He's being appointed to represent you. She has a sporadic income, but she only made $800 last month, so that comes out to under but you'll check that out. And the charge is domestic violence, misdemeanor to the first degree. She's entered a not guilty plea, and she's under a bond with Salaries Bonding Company.
What's the amount of that bond, Judge?
$1,000.
1,000, thank you.
All right. Now, Mr. Hill.
Your Honor, I have spoken with Mr. Arthur, who is the alleged victim in this case, and he indicates to me that they don't have to be together right now, but one or the other of them can leave. I guess they both have a place they can go, but he wants them to stay apart. However, he's not asking for a protection order at this time. A concern that Mr. Arthur has raised, which we will be addressing at a later hearing, is that the television set that was broken in this, that he was trying to keep from being broken when he was pushed by her, allegedly, has some value to it, then he's going to want restitution for that. And so I've told him that, and I didn't say this part, that you're going to need to get proof of the value of it in order to get an order for that. So what we would like to do is just have it set for a pretrial, and if they can stay separated and not have any problems between now and the next time we come back to court, that would go a long way in the state determining how we want to proceed.
December 30th was a good day. How's that for you, Mr.?
I'm here, Judge.
Okay, 12/30/22 at 10 o'clock. Appoint Warren N. Morford, Salaries Bonding. No protection order.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Jonathan Delabar.
see Attorney Tyler Haslam standing here.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm assuming you're representing him, is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
He's under a $6,000 bond with salaries, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
The case is 22-803 and TRC 22-2778.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, can you repeat the TRC number? It's not on the summons.
2778.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, here's what we have, Mr. Haslam. We have 3 charges on the ticket and an additional charge of improper handling. Do you want me to go over the contents of the complaints at this time?
No, Your Honor, we'll waive the reading of the complaint in open court, and Mr. Delabar will also enter a plea of not guilty. At this time, we would ask that the court allow Mr. Delabar, pursuant to the administrative license provisions, to enter a stay of the administrative license suspension at this point so that he may continue to work and have driving privileges until we're able to come back to the court and hopefully get this resolved.
And you're waiving a reading of the penalties, all that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right. Now, Mr. Heald is here in court, and Mr. Haslam has made a motion. What is your response to it?
Well, if you made it, did you make it in writing?
It's just the ALS form.
Okay. I don't know what his basis is, and if the court felt that it was a reasonable basis, we don't oppose it, but...
Well, what's the basis?
Your Honor, first and foremost, he has obviously the right to do it under the administrative code, but additionally, he's a single father and also travels quite a bit for his job. So he would need that to both remain employed and to care for his child.
Where does he work?
He works at Graff, Your Honor. It's a hardwood flooring company, or hardwood company up in Scioto County.
Yes.
And I believe your official title is production manager?
Director of Operations.
Director of Operations, Your Honor.
Based upon that, do you have any objection?
Take no position, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm going to grant your motion. Would you prepare an entry?
I've got it prepared, Your Honor. May I approach?
Please.
I'll have Mr. Heald sign as well.
It's limited driving privileges.
Well, the stay is imposed, he still has full driving privileges at this point. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Heald, he has an OVI and 2 minor misdemeanors plus the felony. When do you want the next hearing? With time-wise?
Well, I mean, we've got time, so whenever it's at the convenience of the court and Mr. Haslam and his client.
Time on preliminary?
Well, yes, if we're going to, yes, you're right. If we're going to go beyond the time for the preliminary, then there will need to be a time waiver. Well, we can just nolly everything to the grand jury, I guess, if that were the case.
Your Honor.
Wait a minute. I didn't hear. I talked while you were talking. Say that again, Mr. Heald.
There needs to be a preliminary hearing set within the time, which he's out of jail, so I believe it's 15 days. Unless they want to go beyond that, which we have no objection to, but it requires a time waiver.
All right. Mr. Haslett.
Your Honor, we would ask that, we would waive time first and foremost for the prelim. We would ask that the matter be reset for preliminary hearing January 9th.
Is January 9th good? Doreen?
Yes.
So a pretrial and preliminary, 1/9/23 at 10 a.m. Do you have a problem with bond continuing, Mr. Hill?
No, Your Honor.
Bond continues. And I've signed the document granting your motion. Is there anything else that I need to cover here today, Mr. Haslam?
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
And anything on your behalf, Mr. Hill?
Nothing else, Your Honor.
And did you get the waiver signed?
Yes, Your Honor, we've got the ALS
Note, the
time waiver.
Yes.
Got it ready right here.
Thank you. I'm going to sign that first. All right, 1/9/23 at 10 a.m. for pre-trial and preliminary.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Sarah J. Bailey, case number CRB 22-802. Sarah Bailey.
Thank you, Sarah Bailey. Twenty-two, 802. Josh Cooper is served. State your name, please.
Sarah Bailey.
This is a charge that Sarah Bailey at Fayette Township, Lawrence County, Ohio, on or about December 18, 2022, did with purpose to deprive Walmart, the owner of property or services, knowingly obtain or exert control over said property, to wit, miscellaneous merchandise, without the consent of the owner or person authorized to give consent, in violation 231302A1 of the Ohio Revised Code, theft misdemeanor of the first degree in Lawrence County, Ohio. You understand the charges and the rights given you earlier today?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Possible consequences are 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. To the charge of theft misdemeanor of the first degree, I'll ask you to enter a plea of guilty, not guilty, or no contest.
Guilty.
All right. Are you ready to proceed for sentencing, Mr. Hill?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I want to ask you a question, Sarah. Have you had any other Walmart violations?
No, sir.
No?
No.
Okay. Proceed to sentencing, Mr. Hill.
Your Honor, if it please the court, I was just looking to see if there was any indication that Walmart had lost any merchandise as a result of this. Doesn't look like they have. Our recommendation, Your Honor, would be 10 days in the county jail, suspended upon Ms. Bailey performing 60 hours of community service, $200 fine, and 2 years probation.
Now, you have a lot of cases like this on behalf of Walmart. Is this the standard that you're asking for?
Yes, as far as I can remember, a lot of times when, well, an I think that that's generally what the judge does.
Okay. He's asking for the standard Walmart disposition. In other words, this is what first offense people get. Now, it's, he's basically wanting you to stay out of Walmart
Oh, yes, that's an order too.
and pay a fine. There's a 10 days in jail suspended, which means you don't have to serve it, and 60 hours community service with this gentleman right here in the black suit. So, you understand everything?
Yes.
All right. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. The best thing for you to do is start immediately getting this stuff done. So when you come back for your next hearing, you can tell the judge that you've done everything. And you'll stay out of Walmart too. All right. Doreen, here's what we have. 10 days in Lawrence County Jail suspended, 60 hours community service, $200 fine plus cost, and stay out of Walmart.
Your Honor.
Probation, 2 years. So, that's how it's 2.
2 years level 4 probation, Your Honor.
2 years, level 4. Now, did you want to say something else, Mr. Hill?
Well, the only thing was, I believe that the court covered it, was the order to stay out of Walmart.
Okay. Seven 21-23. Okay, now write this down, very important. Your review hearing is July 21st, 2023 at 9 a.m. Now, do you have any questions about anything that I've told you?
Your Honor, she needs to check on probation also.
Okay, do you have any questions?
But what was that? I'm sorry.
I'm going to tell you about that as soon as you answer my question. Do you have any questions?
No,
Okay.
sir.
Josh is the community service director. He said for you to check in to the probation department to get your terms of probation. So you walk out the door, you turn left, and you'll see a big window. And you're going to see John Major. But you will see him to do your community service. Now, are you employed?
Yes.
Where do you work?
I work at River Valley Child Development Services. I've been there 13 years.
Great. What days do you work?
Monday through Friday.
Well, Josh works every Saturday, so you can get all this done.
Yes, sir. I've never been in trouble before.
Well, you know what? People make mistakes. And you can put this behind you really quick because you've got community service, fine, costs, and probation. And Josh wants to help you, and so does John. If you show up and you want to work, that's what they want. And you can put this behind you. Okay, thank you. See John Major.
State of Ohio versus Brianna Morgan, case number CRB 22801.
Josh just handed you a copy of your complaint, right?
Yes.
And state your name.
Brianna Morgan.
It's charged that Brianna Morgan in Fayette Township, Orange County, Ohio, on December 17, 2022, did with purpose to deprive Walmart, the owner of property or services, knowingly obtain or exert control over said property or services, miscellaneous merchandise, without the consent of the owner or person authorized to give consent in violation of 2913-02A1 of the Ohio Revised Code, theft misdemeanor of the first degree. Do you understand the charges and the rights given you earlier today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Possible consequences, $1,000 fine, 6 months in jail. Now, you're under a bond with Sowards, right?
Correct.
$1,000. All right. I'll ask you to enter a plea of guilty, not guilty, or no contest.
Guilty.
Guilty? Mr. Hield is here on behalf of the state, and you've looked at the complaint, right? And the affidavit?
I have, Your Honor.
All right. Are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, she's entered a guilty plea. Now, have you ever had any other Walmart violations?
Never. I've never been in any kind of trouble.
All right. Do you have any questions for Brianna?
I don't, Your Honor.
All right, what are you proposing?
Our recommendation, Your Honor, would be a 10-day jail sentence suspended to 60 hours community service, $200 fine, order to stay out of Walmart, 2-year probation.
If you were in the courtroom just a few minutes ago, you heard that's the standard. Are you working now?
Yes, I do.
Where do you work?
I work for a company called Dominion Energy. I'm a customer service representative. I work from home. It's like a telemarketing, like it's customer service. I take care
What's
of
the name of the company?
Dominion Energy. It's a
Okay.
power company.
All right. I'm going to accept the proposal, and it's 10 days in jail suspended, 60 hours community service, probation, $200 fine plus cost, 2-year probation, and stay out of all Walmarts.
Can I pay my fine and everything today?
Yes, ma'am. It's $200 fine plus cost, 60 hours community service. The gentleman back there with the black suit, he is your community service officer. You need to see the probation department.
Okay.
Now, you're set for a hearing on July 21st. At 9 a.m. July 21st, 2023 at 9 a.m. And you need to see John Major before you leave. And I'm going to tell you, you already have the right attitude. I can tell that. And you can put this behind you by doing everything as soon as you can do it. And you're going to meet John Major, and then this is Josh Cooper. He's your community service person.
Okay.
So, $200 fine and costs, 10 days in jail suspended, 60 hours community service, 2-year level 4 probation, stay away from all Walmarts. You're already wanting to pay your fines and costs. That's about half the battle. The rest of it is you'll be dealing with Josh Cooper.
Okay.
So keep up the good work, and we'll see you on July 21st, 2023.
Thank you.
Now, if you've done all your community service, paid all your fines, then tell your probation officer to cancel your hearing.
Okay, thank you.
State of Ohio versus Catherine Doer, case number CRB 22-242 and CRB 22-241. That's spelled D-O-E-R-R, Doer. She did not check in, Your Honor. Mr. Morford is her attorney. This is a pre-trial.
Oh, are we on pre-trial?
We're on pre-trial.
Okay. Warren and Morford is here. No appearance required if costs paid. And what's this say, Ron? Do you, what's that say right there?
Well, costs weren't put in, does that look like?
Meaning what?
They couldn't be paid.
They couldn't be paid because there was no cost put in. Fair.
Said there could be a co-defendant who we agreed there would be one payment at court cost.
Do you know who it was?
I don't recall off the top of my head.
Brandon Gray.
Let me see if my file's got that.
And only one cost. Only one cost has to be paid. Nobody's gonna pay it. What's the name of the call? Is that Brandon Gray? See if he paid it.
Your Honor, Brendan Rude.
Oh,
Brendan Rude.
Brendan Rude.
oh, okay, that's right. That, we were trying to read Judge Capper's writing, and it says, if costs paid on route. Let's see if that was paid.
And we had agreed that there was, just needed to be one court cost paid. And he had said he was going to be the one to pay it, so.
All right. And you nollied the other charge, right?
Yes.
Brandon Road, he paid.
All right.
It was paid.
Case dismissed. Thank
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, somebody could get me an entry on that? That was,
State of Ohio versus Sarah E. Osborne, case number CRB 22-292.
Dismissed.
Mr. Morford is here, and Judge Capper has a note here. Has the Children's Services case been completed?
Yes, from my knowledge.
Is that your information too, Mr. Morford?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm trying to make sure that, she's got two certificates here, Judge, both dated November 26th.
Yeah, that's the picture I taken and sent in. That's the actual.
This is the same thing?
Yeah.
Please.
Are the children with you now?
Yes.
I have a certificate of completion that Sarah has completed 8-hour parenting skills training. Partners in Parenting. And that is from First Choice Projects Institute of Behavioral Research. What organization gave you this?
Mended Reads.
Mended Reads, thank you.
You're welcome.
Where are you on this, Mr. Heald?
Well, that's what we were hoping for, is that she would complete the parenting classes so that we could move to dismiss the charges. And so she's done that. So we would ask for the payment of court costs, and we would be agreeable to dismissing the charge.
Have the court costs been paid yet? Sarah E. Osborne, 22,292. Do you know Mr. Milford?
She said yes.
Oh, okay.
They have been paid, Your Honor.
Motion on behalf of the state, what's your response, Mr. Milford?
Judge, you taught me when to be quiet. I'll just go about my way.
Motion to dismiss, granted. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
That makes us
Wait a minute, wait a minute. Motion to dismiss granted, costs paid on rude, case dismissed. So,
Thank you.
thank you. Your, that takes care of 2 of your cases. And you have some other ones too, don't you?
State of Ohio versus Dustin Barton, case number CRB 22568. Dustin Barton did not check in, Your Honor.
Okay. Judge Capper wrote 90 days with cost. Defendant does not have to appear. So 22,568. Tell me if the costs have been paid.
Yes.
Okay, costs paid. You're asking for a dismissal?
Yes, Your Honor. Another condition would be that there hadn't been any more problems between the parties, and there's been none reported, so we're okay with this.
Costs paid, motion to dismiss granted. And that is thank you.
Their hearings.
What about Michael Gardner, Kathy McClaskey, and Zachary Bennett?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Your Honor, I've got them right here.
All right.
For some reason, they've changed up in my files. State of Ohio versus Michael Gardner, case number CRB 22611.
Thank you. Lance Thompson, attorney at law representing the defendant. Mr. Hill is here on all these cases.
You haven't had one since, I assume it was like last week. Do you have a report there, Your Honor?
Yes, it's dated August 2nd. Do you have a more recent one?
Well, his next session is
January 6th, and he'll be able to get a report then. Pat doesn't usually have someone come here, so I don't know.
Is anyone here from PATH? So are you asking that it be continued?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Hill?
We don't oppose that. We want to have a report the next time, and we also need a time limit.
We agreed the time waiver and January 23rd.
All right, 2023 at 10 o'clock. Time waiver.
Yep.
Are you preparing one, Mr. Hill?
Yes, Your Honor.
And please, Mr. Gardner, please tell them to get us a report, okay?
Yes, sir. Give it to the court, give it to me. Okay. If you got a problem with that, I know they had it. What's the time? Here.
Wait a minute.
Yes, we have any problems. We have to have a report. It's gonna be a problem.
That was Michael Gardner, right?
How do you spell your second name? But give me a report on the 6th. Right?
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Kathy McClaskey, case number CRB 21184.
Lance Thompson is here on behalf of the defendant. The defendant is here.
Ms. McClaskey is working on paying down court costs and paying for the fee at Spectrum. Doesn't make a lot of money, so she needs more time. We'd like to reschedule it for January 30th if we could, because her son has a case and I represent him too.
How's January 30th for a hearing date?
Your Honor, I can't see the schedule
Okay,
on my computer, I don't know, I'm sorry.
I need to go to.
That's a Monday.
Here.
So, try to make something substantial. Yeah, it is.
Can you take me to January?
Doesn't really have this meeting, so I'm not sure. I mean, normally it's easy to.
Just so I can build on it. There you go.
Should be able to click that, for some reason that wasn't showing, was it? Click right there and get it to that over.
When you come back.
Well, 30th, okay.
We're checking right now, but I believe it'll be okay.
It's taking forever to load, I'm not sure if it's working.
Got it all done except for
Did you hear that? Second quarter.
January 2022, which it did, it's not really January 23.
Toward Brady yesterday.
I'll be in that.
January 30th, 2023 at 10 a.m. for a pretrial.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we're getting a time waiver for that.
I've already signed it.
State of Ohio versus Zachary R. DeMint, case number CRB 22553, CRB 22506, Zachary DeMint.
Get in the hall. Is it your girlfriend? Yeah, she's in the back of the restroom. Let me see if she wants. To the restroom? Yes. He's in.
Okay.
6 weeks.
That's fine.
Jasmine, do you just talk to him?
Tiffany Wiseman,
Yes.
you come up.
Let's look at the date.
Are you in favor of
I'm in favor too.
that? Okay, where are you at?
Mahajan.
Okay.
We're both in Mahajan. He was supposed to have a doctor's appointment Wednesday. So they were the doctor that answered in the hall and got him after the appointment on Wednesday.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right, so hopefully this will be great for
Yeah,
you.
it is.
So we go.
Thanks for doing a lot better than mine.
All right, so January 30th would be good for you.
Whatever good for you, I'm good for it.
We obviously.
We're going to clean on the student.
If he's successful, I'm going to dismiss him.
Okay.
Your Honor, I've spoken with Tiffany Wiseman. She's the alleged victim on both of the matters, and she says that she's happy that Zachary is in treatment, and we are too, and hopefully he's going to take it really seriously and do a good job. And also, Tiffany also is in recovery, so we want them both to succeed. And if Zachary is successful long-term in this, then we won't have a reason to try to find him guilty of this and put him in jail. We don't want to do that if we don't have to. We'd rather him be successful.
Yes, sir.
So what we need is a time waiver, and we will agree to allow him to continue in treatment.
Okay, where is?
Mahajan, and Mahajan's representative is here today. The treatment is probably 6 to 12 more weeks, so if we come back at 6, which I think is January 30th.
He actually goes to the doctor.
He does what?
He goes to the doctor on the 5th with Mahajan, and he's got therapy this week.
Are you from Mahajan?
Yes, sir.
Say your name.
Ricky Jenkins.
Okay, say it again, please.
Ricky Jenkins.
Do you have a report?
I don't have one as of right now. He hasn't actually started yet. He has his first appointments coming up this week.
Oh.
He'll be doing the anger management and then probably looking at some long-term treatment after following that up. And depending on his compliance with that as well.
When does he start?
He's got a therapy appointment the 22nd, and then his doctor's appointment is on January 5th to see the doctor.
Is it going to be inpatient?
It's outpatient, Your Honor.
Okay. Are you going to be in the same program?
Yes. I'm doing mental health through Mahajan, but when this started, I agreed to do couples counseling with him too. So they're going to work on putting us through couples counseling too with Mahajan.
Is there a protection order in this, Mr. Heald?
There is not, Your Honor.
Okay, are you all living together now?
Yes.
And you don't have any fears or anything?
No.
All right, sounds good, as long as we have a time waiver and it's set for 1/30/23 at 10 a.m. Got a lot of work to do. That is second. Great. Thanks for coming.
No, I got a question.
That really helps.
Is he still on that bond? That he's posted, yes.
Okay, I just wanted to keep up on it and, okay, thank you. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus David Moore, case number TRC 222688, A, B, and C.
All right, now we are doing, now that's, okay. Here's exactly the minutes. Attorney Thompson is here on the pretrial, on 3 charges. Where are we on this?
Oh, I see. This is your.
David Moore is also here.
No, I've got to read about it. Okay, figure it out.
Your Honor, we filed for discovery today, so we need to probably, maybe see the 23rd of January.
Today then, on 12/19/22, filed for discovery. And you're moving to continue this case?
To the 23rd, I think, to give them time to provide discovery.
1/23/23 at 10 a.m. for a pretrial. And do you have a waiver of time for me?
Well, at this point, we wouldn't ask for one. The 90 days would run on February 17th. So, and he's filed for discovery today, which would be a time waiver automatically.
90 days runs 2/17/23.
23, yeah.
I'm going to grant your motion, Mr. Thompson,
Thank you.
and it's set for 1/23/23 at 10 a.m.
23, 23.
It's at 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Alyssa R. Sallows, case number CRA 2158 and CRB 2460.
Okay. Mr. Thompson is here, and I've been handed a report.
Okay, so test of application.
The report is really good.
That's a good thing to explain that.
Taylor's here
Yes.
and Alyssa is here. The screen's good. You only one positive, which you knew she was gonna show up for, right?
Went out for my Suboxone, that's it.
Yeah, that's what
it is.
Oh, yes, Suboxone, she's prescribed that.
And she's in Hannah House in Ironton and compliant with all treatment. So this is good.
Is he out of jail?
No, he's in jail, and he's on hold from Kentucky.
Let's see what
And his attorney
the state has to say. And then
He's got to come back. When should he come back? 23rd or the 30th? January. Maybe the 30th of January.
Yeah, we do longer if you need it.
No. But I think you should explain this. It's outpatient.
No, it's just the AC. It has nothing to do with whether she's residential.
Mr. Hill?
But she does live there.
Yes, she does.
But that's an important point.
Your Honor, we're not opposed to continuing the case on and allowing her to progress further in her treatment. If that's what she wants to do, we'd need a time waiver.
All right. Would you prepare one? What are you asking for, Mr. Thompson?
First of all, I'd like, you're with Bethesda to explain what she's in right now.
So she's in residential care, she's in ASAM 2.1, so it's actually considered like intensive outpatient. It's just a lower level from the initial 2.5. She'll continue to be housed for the whole 180 days at least. And then as she transitions, she can either transition to sober living or go home. We haven't decided what her appropriate plan is at this point. But she's doing well.
So I think we'd ask for 6 to 8 weeks out. Probably 8 weeks would be better.
Let me have an 8-week date. The report is great, Alyssa.
Thank you.
When we come back?
I'm not sure yet.
Time waiver on this one?
I've got one, Your Honor.
Look at the February the 13th.
Is that a Monday?
Yes.
Okay.
That work?
Yes, that works fine.
2/13/22 at 10 a.m.
23.
23.
That's what I meant. Thank you for that. 2/13/23 at 10 a.m. So far, I haven't made that mistake yet. So that was the first.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Darren K. Jackson, case number CRB 10-410 and CRC 10-931.
Judge, I don't know what you have in front of you there. Last time I was here, I spoke to Judge Capper about giving me some extended time to complete the classes. That was all I had to do to sum up this entire situation. I'll kind of run this down in a nutshell. 2010 or 9, I had a DUI from coming home from my daughter's birthday party from Huntington to Ashland, and I got picked up on it on the 20th of May of this past May. I had paid everything off. I thought everything was done and over with. Home confinement, I'm sorry, community service and everything was completed. I brought that in and gave it to the guy next door. But the time that he had given me, I've fallen ill. I have a letter from my job here that says I haven't been at work I make $16, $17 an hour. And I also have some past doctor's visits on my phone. I don't have any doctor's notes, but I can show you all the appointments I've had in the last 90 days roughly, which is about 13 of them. So I'm just hoping to get some more time extended to get this class done. And
To get your school, the dip school?
just the class, the DUI class. I have a valid driver's license. I didn't know that it was actually a thing. I've done the class in West Virginia.
Okay, what do you have in your hand?
This is just a letter from my boss that shows that I'm still employed. I just haven't been working because of my illness. So I haven't had the money to take the class is my issue.
Okay.
Since I'm down, I'm going to try to get a medical card, and maybe they can help me with that.
Where do you work?
I work at the Outback in Ashland.
Okay, may I see that?
It's just not,
Yep, okay.
So also got something in common.
I had my proprietor write his telephone number on there if you need to call him and speak to him a little later this evening or afternoon. Or it may be on the bottom of that paper. But I have several more appointments, MRIs and things. I've lost about 30 pounds in the last probably 6 weeks. I've just been.
What is the issue?
It's a combination of things. Lead poisoning was one of them, and now I have an issue going on with I have a copper serum. It's ridiculously high. It's 170. Everybody else is around 130. So what it has begun to do is it's making my life cloudy. You know, I forget to do certain things. Forgot how to make a bowl of cereal a couple of days ago. I'll put the remote in the refrigerator. I just do things that's, you know, out of the normal for anybody. Tremble. Got to remind myself to breathe sometimes. So.
he's got free travel and stuff.
We'll just continue this here.
Can you step up here, please?
Yes, sir.
I would send a text message to Maria. What is this problem with her class number? Is her number on that entry?
You know why this is happening?
I think that there was an injury.
So, who is your doctor?
Yes, Sarah, she's got her phone.
So is the only thing you need to do is the school? How much is it? How much money is it? $4 million. Well, I'm going to grant this motion to continue, Mr. Heald. He doesn't have the money to do the school, but you're saving it, right? All right. How much time do you need?
I'd like to do it before then, but I'd like to get it right time to get it.
I want to make it 60 days. Give me 60 days. And bring a medical report, okay? Hold on a minute. Don't go. I'm going to give you a date. What is that from perspective?
We'll do February the 27th.
Okay. All right. Write this, go back and write this down. 2/27/23 at 9 a.m. No, wait a minute,
10 a.m.
10 a.m. for sentencing. And Spectrum, do you have a class in February?
It's the second through the fifth.
What's she saying?
2nd through the 5th.
Okay, they've got one 2nd through the 5th. And what is your name?
Maddie.
What's your last name?
Minter, M-I-N-T-E-R.
And Darren's gonna come back and talk to you right now. All right?
Yeah,
You
thank
got the date, Darren?
I do.
2/27/23 at 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Thanks, Judge.
Thank you.
Now, the Lawrence County Jail, Kenneth Kennedy.
All right.
Case number CRA 22632, and Travis Salyers is on that.
When? Great, 30 seconds. We'll be ready to as you said earlier.
So this information is going to keep him from treatment.
Mr. Kennedy, the judge will be right with you.
Okay.
This is what it says about the bonds.
Now, Darren Jackson Kennedy is in jail, and he was on an expedition. I don't know what the heck he got here.
Well, he's got to post it on. Well, yeah, he's got a couple of these cases, and they're dealing with him there. This, yeah, we can just continue this to a better date.
He's got to come place a hearing on Wednesday.
Okay, well, that takes care of it. Yeah.
So,
11.
hey, Lance. This VI case that you have, we just talked about. I'm going to send a note to the investigating officer's son case and ask if he has some indication as to how long the vehicle had been there and what he had been drinking when he was driving. Just call us. I don't know who was driving. Yeah. So I'm gonna check into it. Okay. This is the
Okay, Mr. Heels on Kenneth Kennedy.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Hold on a minute, Mr. Hill.
Well, Your Honor, Mr. Kennedy has a case that's pending in Common Police Court, Lawrence County Common Police Court, and he has a hearing next Wednesday. It's my understanding that what we're dealing with here is an extradition matter to Kentucky. There's also an entry, at least it's an unsigned entry, but it indicates that the authority in Kentucky that's holding him has released him to go to treatment in Lawrence County. Well, that's something that's going to happen in the Common Police Court because they're the ones that are holding him. And I don't know whether there's been an arrangement already in the Common Police Court in Lawrence County for him to go to treatment, but...
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Yes, that's arranged. I'm leaving on Wednesday to go to treatment at ARC in Boyd County, Kentucky.
All right, in Boyd County, Kentucky.
Yes.
Ms. Hoover, your attorney?
Yes.
All right. So I don't know exactly how that's all, I mean, he could waive his extradition today if necessary. That entry says that he's to attend treatment in Ohio. So I don't know.
Well, he's got a lawyer.
Well, I know, and she was here the other day, but I didn't really get a chance to talk to her about his case. And she's
Well,
not.
I was supposed to go, when I came in here on November 16th. We handled the cases that I had. I was supposed to be transported on, a couple of Fridays ago. I don't remember which day. I've had my ankle monitor on and everything to go to ARC in Boyd County, Kentucky, and then the holder from Kentucky came up, and I couldn't go because I had to be released. I had to get the warrant lifted in order to go to treatment. Then I was fast-tracked through to be extradited to Boyd County, Kentucky, and my OR found Houston, that so I've been here waiting on to get the warrant lifted so I go to treatment, which was done on last Friday. My lawyer went to Boyd County and got the prosecutor to sign off, waiting on the judge to sign it so I go to treatment in Kentucky on Wednesday.
Well, we're going to need an entry signed.
Yeah, and I have no doubt that everything that he is saying is true. My question is, I don't know what to do about, I mean, he could sign a waiver of extradition on this. I don't know whether it's still necessary or not. That's the thing. Or,
I don't think it's necessary because my lawyer has already handled that for me.
Your Honor, if I might make a recommendation, continue this till Friday. After he has his common pleas court hearing on Wednesday, we'll know exactly what has happened and what we need to do.
the only thing is, I don't want, if something can happen for him before Friday, I don't want what we haven't done here to keep something from being able to happen.
Then provide us an entry.
Well, I'm going to text Carl Bowen and get his information on what he has.
I'm going to go with the continuing to 12/23/22 at 10 a.m. until, if we get something, if we get it, like, number one, the entry's not signed, so that's nothing. So if we get the entry signed, and by the way, Kenneth, the entry says that you're going to long-term rehabilitation in Ohio.
That may be just miswriting by the council, because it's all been scheduled for Kentucky. It's for an Ohio court, it's always been in Kentucky.
All right. Ron tells me that you're a holder from common pleas, so as far as that's concerned. So,
Yes, I'm on hold for common pleas court until I'm released to the ARC in Kentucky. They will be here on Wednesday.
They could use insurance.
Okay, all right. So what's happened is that Judge Finley has okayed him going to ARC in Kentucky because he doesn't have Ohio insurance, but he has Kentucky insurance.
all right. Well, as far as this court's concerned, we need that entry signed. And I'm not comfortable with him doing anything without his lawyer here.
I'm not signing this paper anyway. I'm supposed to go on Wednesday to treatment.
All right, well,
What I'm hoping, could we recall this if we get an answer that I can get from Common Pleas Court?
yes.
Because I don't want this to wait till Friday if it doesn't have to.
Okay, sounds good.
State of Ohio versus Travis Salyers, case number CRA 22-418, CRA 22-791. Justin Doyle is on deck.
You go get rid of that? Okay. I just tried to call him. I was trying to call him with no probation.
Warren N. Morford is here on behalf of the defendant. State your name, sir. State your name louder, or something's wrong.
Travis Salyers.
All right, thank you. Now, where are we on the preliminary?
Judge, I believe he is off to Bethesda tomorrow morning.
Today.
Today, excuse me.
He's going to have an ankle monitor put on by Common Pleas. We had to wait until today to get that. So once they put that on him, we'll take him straight from there to treatment.
Mr. Hill, is that agreeable to you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, what do you want the entry to say, Mr. Morford?
I guess it'd be a bond modification, to allow a bond modification to OR bond, couple GPS, and make a condition of his bond that he stay at Bethesda. That would cover all the bases, wouldn't it, Josh, from your standpoint?
Okay, do you have all that? All right, let's see. I want to see the entry. So he's going to be inpatient at Bethesda, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's a VP, right?
No.
Mr. Salyers, do you understand that the judge is going to modify your bond to allow you to go to inpatient treatment at Bethesda?
Yes.
You're in agreement with that?
Yes.
And you understand you're also going to have a GPS monitor placed on your ankle?
Yes.
Yeah, let me tell you one thing about the ankle bracelet. If you cut that ankle bracelet and run, you're just sent yourself to prison for 3 years. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I understand, but now I'm still out to get my medication, right?
What medication?
I didn't hear what you said, sir.
Medication.
I'm still out to get my medication, right?
What kind of medication?
What is it?
Suboxone.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine.
When do you want the preliminary then?
Judge, I know that Judge Capper likes to see them fairly quick after they begin inpatient and see if he's buying into the program and is clean and compliant.
How about 123? January 23rd, 2023 at 10 a.m. And a time waiver.
So wait.
I've prepared a written time waiver. Your Honor, there's also a theft charge going back to June the 26th of this year that we're going to need to have it resolved. So there'll need to be a decision next time as to whether they want a trial or whether he wants to enter a plea to that. And,
We'll take care of that, Mr. Moore.
we want to have a decision made. The later theft charge, the earlier theft charge from June the 26th, I believe it took place at the same time as the possession charge, which then in theory we could just take the whole thing to the grand jury. We prefer not to do that.
Everything's set for 123-23 at 10 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I need a time waiver.
Got it.
Yes, sir.
So, are they picking me up now?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Justin Doyle, case number PRC 21225, A, B, and C. Matthew Turner is on deck.
I couldn't hear you, Your Honor.
That's okay. Hold on just a minute.
Thanks, Charles.
that just a bench warrant? State your name, Justin.
Justin Scott Doyle.
And you were supposed to be here on December 6, 2021, and failed to appear. Why didn't you come to that hearing?
Your Honor, I've been through a couple of inpatient treatments, and I know when I came to court the last time, you had said I would need to make payment, and so do the 3-day DUI class and the 5 days of community service. And I went through TCC for about 4 months, and when I finally started working, and planned on coming up on a Friday or a Monday to make a payment and try to arrange some things. I didn't want to show up empty-handed, honestly, is why I haven't shown up. And I have had a couple of relapses since then, and went back through another treatment. I completed Serenity Now inpatient treatment and went through their sober living phase, where I just started working about 2 months ago, and I've saved up a little bit of money. I've probably got about $300 now, and I was planning on contacting that right after Christmas to try to arrange this so I can work on getting my license back. And obviously, I guess God does for us what we put off. So, it's something I've been meaning to put off, and I just didn't want to show up to the court empty-handed, honestly. I have been trying to work on my sobriety and stay clean.
Where are you working now?
I've been working at Vinyl Craft in Portsmouth on 3rd shift. And, Your Honor, I'll work 43 hours, and I'll bring home less than $300 after child support is taken out. And mainly just the money. I know that that's a big part of all this is money. I didn't want to show up empty-handed, but I have every intention on getting this straightened away so I can get my license back at some point.
Tell me where you work again.
At Vinyl Craft in Portsmouth, Ohio.
And you have $300 right now to pay towards your fines, is that right?
I possibly could. I did have over the weekend, I've had about 4 months clean, and I ended up drinking over the weekend. That's how I ended up here. I got disorderly conduct, and I don't know where my wallet or my phone or anything is. That's
Where did you get a disorderly conduct?
And me and my girlfriend recently got a trailer.
No, listen to my question. Where were you when you got that?
And Old Township Road, I think it's the road, Township Road.
What township were you in?
I'm not familiar with this area real well, but it was around Hanging Rock area.
Okay, all right, that's good enough. Are you being held on that?
Yes.
So you have to be in another court, is that right?
Yeah, here directly, should be sometime real shortly after this.
Okay, now wait a minute, okay? You're telling me, just answer my question. I need John Major or Josh Cooper. And
yes, Your Honor.
This is your probation officer here, John Major. This is Justin Doyle. Now, he failed to appear for a review hearing, and that was about a year ago. and he's been in treatment on and off, and he has a job.
Yes, Your Honor.
And he has money to pay on his fines. But he got picked up because of a disorderly from Judge Waldo's court. And that's why he's being held.
Do you have any input on it?
Now, as far as this probation is concerned, he owes 30 hours community service and $760, and he's going to pay on that.
Okay.
Now, here's the way I want the entry to read. That from what Justin, you're telling me, Justin, you're going to start working your community service and you're going to pay on the fines. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. As far as this court is concerned, he'll be released today. Now, if Judge Waldo has you held, that's another matter. And that you will immediately contact John Major and Josh Cooper to get your community service done and your fines paid. And I'm going to set for review on January 23rd, 2023 at 9 a.m. Now, now listen, I'm going to tell John, you've heard him. He wants to do this. If he doesn't do it, then you can file a motion to revoke his probation.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, if you're lying to me, you're going to go right back there to jail. But I believe you.
Okay.
So,
Your Honor, I want to apologize on behalf of the court. A couple points recently, I wanted to call the probation officer to talk, but I just didn't want to show up empty-handed.
well, wait a minute, I want to tell you something about that. John?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
John's here from 8:30 to 4 every day, and he wants to hear from his probationers. And if you don't have, you keep saying you didn't want to show up empty-handed. Well, showing up empty-handed is better than going to jail, but at least communicate with him. And you can, if you're working with Josh, that's always going to be good. So let John make the decision about whether or not you should show up empty-handed. Don't you make it. You're making decisions. Now, I'm going to put here, we'll pay fines and community service. Tell your jailer your hearing is 1/23/23, January 23rd, 2023. Josh Cooper's back here right now. Josh, I want you to tell me if he's lying to me and he's not showing up for community service, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, you need to check in with John Major. It's 867-3127. All right.
I'm probably not going to remember that, but as soon as I'm recorded or released on this other, from this other.
What is it you won't remember?
I think you just read me a phone number from.
Okay, tell your jailer to write this down.
You got it? Okay, they said they got it.
All right, so you call John as soon as you get out. When do you see Judge Waldo?
I think they said at 1 or 1:30 today.
All right, good luck.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Matthew Turner, case number CRB 22-805, CRB 22-474, TRD 18-36-31, and TRD 18-24-63, A and B. Jacob Williams is on deck.
Okay. Is this the one that, there's going to be a motion to revoke also? This one is already on probation. Well, that's the motion to revoke. State your name, please.
My name is Brianna Dement. I'm with OVP Recovery Center.
Okay. All right. State your name, please.
Matthew Turner.
Did you receive a copy of the complaint that is assault? Do you have anything in front of you there?
No, sir.
You can ask the jailer, ask the jailer.
Jailer, did you give Matthew copies of his motion to revoke probation and his charge of assault?
Your Honor, I faxed down a copy of the probation violation this morning.
One was faxed on 9/09, that's the one John sent, and the other was faxed at 10:05.
We're checking now, sir. Give me just a second.
Thank you. Three. 310. Okay, Kennedy, we've done. Doyle, we've done. Oh, okay. Who else do we have? Who is?
That's all he's received, sir. He has received.
Thank you, thank you. Now, Matthew, do you have a complaint and a summons in front of you for the assault charge?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to do that one first. The charge is that Matthew Turner, Fayette Township, Lawrence County, Ohio, on December 18, 2022, did knowingly cause or attempt to cause physical harm to Sherman Howell in violation of 2903-13A of the Ohio Revised Code, assault misdemeanor of the first degree in Lawrence County, Ohio, 2903-13A. Now, let's see. You're in the Lawrence County Jail, but you are in the Lawrence County Municipal Court for this arraignment. You have a right to remain silent, and any statement you do make may be used against you. You have a right to an attorney and a right to court-appointed lawyer if you cannot afford one. You have a right to a continuance to hire a lawyer, a right to bail, a right to jury trial if you demand one, and the state must prove their charges beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand those charges? I mean, those.
Yes, sir.
You understand your rights?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you understand the charge against you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Possible consequences, $1,000 fine, 6 months in jail. I'm going to ask you to enter a plea of guilty, not guilty, or no contest.
Not guilty.
Okay. Do you want a lawyer to represent you?
Yes, sir.
You do?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And are you employed right now?
Yes, sir.
Where do you work?
I work for the union, out of the union hall, but I've I got a 30-day pass, to be into a BP treatment facility.
Did you work last week?
No, sir.
Did you work the week before that?
No, sir.
And what union are you in?
What unit here?
What union?
Oh, I'm a brick mason, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm going to find that since you haven't worked for 30 days, that you would be entitled to court-appointed counsel. Who do we have?
Mr. Moore?
Mr. Morford. Warren N. Morford is your court-appointed attorney, and
This is Matthew Turner.
the first thing we need to talk about is bond, and I know, Mr. Morford, you haven't talked to Mr. Turner. You want me to give you a chance to talk to him?
Let's see can we ask Mr. Hill what his bond recommendation might be first, Judge?
So it's my understanding that Mr. Turner was in a treatment program when this happened. Is this correct? And I don't know whether he's wanted back where he was or whether he needs to go
That's what I'm currently trying to figure out. We are actually working on placing the other gentleman as well, so I would have to check to see if we would be willing to take him back or not.
So if he's able to get back in a residential program, which I'm assuming he was, I don't even know if it's out of this court. Is he in the program?
It was court ordered on his last case.
He probably needs a cash or surety bond that could be modified if he's accepted back into a residential program. So we would ask for a $10,000 cash or surety bond. But he could be released if he gets back into a residential program and they're ready to take him.
When will you know the answer to your question?
I'm waiting on a response, but I can step out and call to get one quicker.
Okay.
We also need a protection order on it.
Well, she does that, Judge, if you don't mind, I'd like to call him and see if there's a bond he can afford, if it falls through with the treatment place.
Okay, and also, Mr. Morford, he has a motion to revoke probation that Mr. Baker has filed. All right, we'll take a brief recess on this.
If there's a protection order in place, we definitely.
State of Ohio versus Jacob A. Williams, case number CRA 22806, CRB 22807. Kerry Wheeler is on deck.
So Butch, he's not going to get out anyway. The guy that we just got to get into, yeah, because he got a probation violation, but we want him to get back in a treatment program. He can either be in jail or in treatment. I spoke with him last That's what the neighbor told me. And then she sent up the phone. But now she's gone. Cows are running loose. So I said, nobody your neighborhood that could help you sell the cows.
What's the case
I think
number
that's
on
what's
this,
going to happen.
Chairman?
I'm not worried about the cows. And Tom, please worry about him. I think he's just
22806 and 22807.
I've got it in the conversation.
So, okay. We'll find out if he knows anything about the cows.
State your name, Mr.
As far as
Williams.
I'm concerned, that's a good idea. I think I want to go talk to Mr. Turner.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have two complaints in front of you? that were faxed at 11 o'clock this morning. Okay. I'm going to do the arraignment on these charges. The first states that Jacob Williams in Union Township, Lawrence County, Ohio, on or about December 18, 2022, did knowingly, having been issued a concealed handgun license, remove or attempt to remove the loaded handgun from the holster, pocket, or other place in which the person is carrying it, knowingly grasp or hold the loaded handgun, or knowingly have contact with the loaded handgun by touching it with the person's hands or fingers at the time after the law enforcement officer begins approaching and before the law enforcement officer leaves, unless the person removes, attempts to remove, grasp, hold, or has contact with the loaded handgun pursuant to and in accordance with the directions given by the law enforcement officer, having been stopped for a law enforcement purpose, carrying a concealed handgun, and being approached by any law enforcement officer while stopped in violation of 292312B3 of the Ohio Revised Code, carrying concealed weapon, felony of the 5th degree. The next charge is obstructing official business that Jacob A. Williams at Union Township, Lawrence County, Ohio, on December 18, 2022, did without privilege to do so and with purpose to prevent, obstruct, or delay the performance by a public official of an authorized act within the public official's official capacity, hampered or impeded a public official in the performance of the public official's lawful duties in violation of 292131A of the Ohio Revised Code, obstructing official business, misdemeanor of the 2nd degree. Now, I'm going to tell you about your rights. You're in the Lawrence County Municipal Court for an arraignment. You have a right to remain silent. Any statement you do say may be used against you. You have a right to an attorney, a right to an appointed attorney if you cannot afford one, a right to a continuance to hire a lawyer, a right to bail, a right to a jury trial, where the state must prove their charges beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. The possible consequences. Okay. In the charges, do you understand the charges?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. On the concealed weapon, it's a felony of the 5th degree. 6 to 12 months in jail, $2,500 fine. On the misdemeanor of the 2nd degree, 90 days in jail, $750 fine. Do you want a lawyer to represent you?
I'll get one, Your Honor.
You're going to hire a lawyer?
Yeah.
Okay, do you have anyone in mind?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay. The issue of bond, Mr. Heel?
Your Honor, in reading the officer's narrative, this involves a gun that was reached for allegedly by this gentleman while being investigated by the sheriff's officer, Sergeant Sisler. So it sounds kind of serious. He put his hand in the pocket to reach for a gun. So given the severity of the situation, we would ask for a $10,000 cash or surety bond.
Are you employed?
No, sir.
You don't have any employment?
No,
How are you gonna hire a lawyer?
Oh, I have money.
Okay, good. All right. Based upon the statement and the arguments made by the prosecutor, I'm going to grant the bond in $10,000 cash or surety. And I'm going to set it for a preliminary hearing and a pretrial on this Friday. That is December 23rd, 2022 at 10 a.m. Now, is the jailer standing right there?
Who?
The jailer?
He's asking for the jailer.
Would you please give Mr. Williams the opportunity to call a bondsman?
I'm not going to bond out, sir.
Oh, you're not? Okay. All right. December 23rd, 2022 at 10 a.m. for your hearing.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll see you back there at that time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
State of Ohio versus Kerry Wheeler, case number CRB 22776 and CRA 22765, A and B. Hobart Gearhart is on deck.
Warren Morford is here on behalf of the defendant. And there's a misdemeanor of the first degree and a domestic violence felony of the 5th degree. So where are we on the preliminary? Going to have one today?
Your Honor, we had made efforts to make sure she could get into a residential treatment program. And our last discussion on Friday was about the counseling center. So I don't know if there's been any progress made on that or not.
Terry, has anybody from the counseling center been in to see you and assess you?
Yes, this morning they did. Yes, sir.
And what, did they say it would take you?
Yes, we were ready to go.
Inpatient?
I don't know about the specifics of that, I'm not quite sure. I assume it was inpatient at least for 30 days.
Who did you talk to?
The gentleman's name, I'm unsure of.
I'm calling Amy Davis from the counseling center to see if they can make her.
She's going to call counseling center to find out.
Okay. Your Honor, recently, Ms. Wheeler was in a treatment program with OVC, and she left and went back home where the person who is the alleged victim in this matter resides. And it's a complicated matter, but she wasn't supposed to be around him. He is shut in, he's disabled. But there's been domestic violence over and over again. And so Ms. Wheeler had indicated on previous court appearances, particularly on Friday, that she wanted to go to treatment, residential treatment, and we asked for the additional requirement of the GPS monitor. However, if she's going to go to counseling center, that's far enough away that maybe we wouldn't require that if we can get her in there. We want to get her accepted.
I spoke to Andy, they're taking her. Andy Davis, so they're taking her. The counseling center, yeah.
We're not, I hope I'm not making a mistake by saying we don't need the GPS monitor, but
Our notes said GPS.
okay. Well, then if that's what
I
it is,
will-
then
I will make sure everything happens on my part, that you will definitely not be mistaken on that. I will not let that happen.
So, what's your motion, Mr. Morford?
I'd like to get her out on OR bond, Judge, and have the counseling center pick her up as soon as possible and decide whether or not she needs inpatient or outpatient. I don't know if that determination will play a role in Mr. Hield's bond recommendation as far as the GPS goes or not.
and I could be wrong, but I'm under the kind of the belief that it's going to be residential, if only because she's left before,
She won't.
she's continued to have problems.
She won't be accepted at TCC with a bracelet.
Well then, we just don't want her to leave again.
And I won't, I will not, I can assure you of that.
Is it residential, Mr. Morford?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. So, tell Doreen how you want the entry to be drafted.
5,000 cash OR bond coupled with the requirement that she obtain an assessment from OBP or TCC, excuse me.
She's already been assessed, and she will be accepted.
Okay. Then follow up with the recommended treatment.
And they're gonna pick her up, right?
Yes, my understanding.
Today.
Okay, so the bond is 5,000 OR, but she's to be released to the counseling center and start her inpatient treatment. And her next hearing is January 23rd, 2023 at 10 a.m. Does that cover everything, Mr. Heald?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm preparing a time waiver.
And we need a time waiver.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, good luck.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Stable High versus Hobart Gearhart, case number CRB 22804.
Do you represent Mr. Gerhardt
I do.
on this case?
I have not been appointed. I'm not sure he's been arraigned yet on that.
He has not. Okay, is it hired or,
Appointed.
okay. So what, you represent him on other cases, is that right?
Probably 8 of them.
Okay. All right. That was Warren N. Morford.
Judge, just to give you a little bit of background when you start talking about bond, he has a holder from the Court of Common Pleas on which he will appear this Wednesday.
What's that for? What charge?
I believe it arises out of a drug charge some years ago, Judge.
It's a community control violation.
Thank you.
Your Honor, this is one of a series. Actually, he'd been found guilty on similar charges, several of them involving basically, I believe, the same cows, that he's had trouble keeping them behind a fence and some other things. And so he's been found guilty on a number of things and not sentenced. And our intention was to try to keep encouraging him to seek and to complete some substance abuse treatment. And he just continues to have more and more problems. And the reason that this charge was filed is, I mean, he's obviously in jail. And at previous hearings, I know that Mr. Gearhart has heard me say this over and over again, I'm worried about the cows. I have spoken with Mr. Stapleton. I'm worried about him too, but I'm worried about the cows because of the fact that they're out there trampling on other people's property. One of those people was Bill Stapleton, and I spoke with him on the phone this morning. And I asked him if the cows were still there, because I don't know whether Scott knows how many of the cows are still there or if any of them are still there. He said some of them are still there, and it was through Mr. Stapleton, it was his understanding that the young lady that was Scott Gearhart's girlfriend had been given permission by Scott to sell some of the cows. Now, I don't know whether that's true or not, but...
Now, Scott is Hobart?
That's Hobart, yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I don't know if she sold the cows with his permission or not, but apparently some of them are gone and some of them are still there. What I'd like to see done is the cows get taken care of and get Scott Gearhart taken care of. And that's going to happen in common police court, which I don't know what the outcome of that's going to be, but I believe that it's probably going to have something to do with some more heavy-duty treatment, substance abuse treatment, but I don't know.
First of all, I don't have a substance abuse problem. I failed drug test for a year and a half. I only do drugs. I have a drug since 2016. I only do drugs when it's time.
Okay.
I don't know what to talk about substance.
All right, well, maybe I'm all wrong.
Okay, hold on just a minute. Do you have a job, Mr. Gearhart?
I'm a self-employed contractor farmer. I get no help whatsoever. I'm self-employed. Nobody pays my bills with me. I don't get no check. I don't have no medical insurance.
How much did you make last week?
I've been incarcerated for a month.
He's been incarcerated for a month.
Okay, so he qualifies for appointed counsel. Wait just a minute. Mr. Morford, would you accept the appointment for this case?
I will, Judge. I have come to know Mr. Gearhart over the last couple of years. Mr. Hill and I have had lengthy conversations both here and outside of court about Mr. Gearhart and how we might best be able to help him get through his difficulties.
Do you have a copy of the complaint in front of you, Mr. Gearhart?
Yes,
I do. Now, Mr. Morford, do you want me to go over the complaint at this time?
We'd waive reading, Your Honor.
And the maximum penalty for a misdemeanor of the fourth degree is $250 plus 30 days in jail. And I'm granting you a court-appointed attorney, Mr. Morford. Is that okay with you, Mr. Gearhart?
Yeah.
All right. And you okay, he understands the charges. All right. Now.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about bond. Where are we on that?
Don't.
Start with Mr. Hill.
Well, Your Honor, he's being held by common police court, and we don't oppose an OR bond on this charge.
Okay.
And, you know, I also want to say, too, to Mr. Gearhart, because I have known him a long time, and I didn't mean to insult him in any way by assuming that he's got substance abuse problems, but it seems like one thing after another keeps happening, and whatever is causing his problems, we need to get it under control. That's really that's my opinion about things.
Okay. It's a $1,000 OR bond. And pre-trial?
He has, all his other cases are set for Friday.
December 23rd. Wait a minute, 2022 at 10 a.m. And, okay, what's your question?
How can I be charged for something on December 16th, and I've been incarcerated since November 23rd?
That's
How
why,
can I be charged?
I'm gonna tell you the answer to that. That's why you've got a lawyer. Mr. Morford, I'm sure, will raise whatever defenses that he feels are necessary.
I mean, it looks to me like the caretaker of the cattle right now should be getting this charge.
Well, you know what? You're gonna see Mr. Morford on Wednesday, isn't he?
Yes, Your Honor.
Talk to him then.
I'll bring all your files with me, Scott.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Kenneth Kennedy, case number CRA 22632 and CRA 22595. Matthew Turner is on that.
You got any room for cows here?
I thought we did that.
I could take one for the
Oh, okay. Let's start with Kenneth Kennedy.
Kenneth Kennedy.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, I do. I don't know if he's gonna get, I had one guy who come to work for me.
Right.
I got him a job with CA. Well, I haven't really tried. I have a feeling these guys much want
You actually appointed
the fence on my house is around my house, share with the CA. And so they, whenever I get repairs, they help pay for it.
Yes.
They were like, oh, we can use it.
Judge Hall, this is Wilbur Bryant from the jail. We did receive paperwork from the Commonwealth to withdraw Kenneth Kennedy's holder for the bench warrant.
Super.
Okay.
So that can be dismissed.
So both of these extraditions are dismissed?
Yes.
Is that what you're asking for?
It would be good if we had copies of those.
All right.
But, yeah, I think that's really what needs to happen.
Okay.
The jailer.
We're going to need a copy of that entry, please. Can you send that to us?
He said yes.
All right. Can you fax it to us right now?
Can you fax it right now?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir, he says.
If we get that entry, then we're going to dismiss this case, both of them. All right, now you need one more person, right?
Yep. State of Ohio versus recalls Matthew Turner, case number CRB 22805, CRB 22474 A and B, and 2 TRD 18 cases. That's Mr. Morford, too.
Brianna. As soon as I get Mr. Morford out here. Mr. Morford is here, Brianna Dement from OBP is here, and Matthew Turner is sitting in the chair.
This lady back here from hometown said that they have a bed for him if he's willing to take it.
Judge, Hometown has a bed that is available to him if he would be amenable to go to there.
You want to talk to him about that?
I've talked to him I've talked to him on the telephone. He indicated a desire to go to treatment. I didn't mention a specific place.
Where is that? Inpatient.
The one located in Gallipolis, Ohio.
Do you understand what Mr. Morford is stating, Mr. Turner?
Is he saying that they have a bed available for me now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How long of a program is that?
It depends on you and the needs that the program provider identifies.
Yes, sir. I'm willing to do that.
All right.
So I'll be going there today.
Wait just a minute.
We don't need a copy, just make sure, just give it to the judge.
And that's my professional.
Okay. Now, you've been served with the motion to revoke probation also, right? You have that?
Yes, no, sir.
All right. You need to round that up. Have somebody give it to you.
Yes, sir, I have.
Okay.
Your Honor, if I may, it'll be in the morning before they can pick him up.
Okay. Now, you also have a motion to revoke probation. You have the same rights as before. I'm appointing Attorney Warren Morford to represent you. Okay, your pretrial is set for 12/23/22 at 10 o'clock. Your motion to revoke probation is set for 12/23/22 at 10 o'clock. And let's see, bond then, Mr. Hill?
Well, if he's going to be at the treatment facility, then we are not opposed to an OR bond.
Okay, it's a $5,000 OR bond to be, you're to be released. Is it hometown, is that right?
Yes.
To hometown treatment facility. And that'll be, did you tell me tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, that would be 12/20/22. Does that cover it, Mr. Morford?
Yes.
Mr. Hill?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. We'll see him back here at 12/23/22 at 10 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is it?
We're finished at the jail.
Thank you. Mr. Morford, you've had a long and hard day today.
State of Ohio versus Taylor Bryan, case number CRB 2112. Taylor Bryan.
What about me, Your Honor?
You've had an easy day. Taylor, state your name, please.
Taylor Bryan?
And you're here because you failed to appear on 12/12/22.
Yeah, last week. I
What?
missed. My cousin passed away on Sunday, and I was helping his mother make funeral arrangements that whole week.
Okay, well, I'm sorry to hear about that. You've done all your community service, and you only owe $185, is that right?
Yeah.
Withdraw the bench warrant, okay, Doreen? So, When did your husband die?
Not my husband, my cousin,
Oh, when did your cousin die?
last Sunday.
Like,
So I went to Boyd County out, it's called Weston. It's over in Kentucky. But I stayed with her all week up until Saturday.
okay, hold on just a minute, let me look at something here. When can you get your fines paid off?
I mean, I could make a payment probably tomorrow.
How
but
much?
At least 20.
Okay. Are you employed now?
I currently lost my job.
How'd you lose your job? I mean, where was your job?
It was at NECO.
Where?
NECO.
What'd you do there?
I was a direct professional staff. It's like taking care of autistic kids and stuff.
Can you get that job back?
I wish. I might. I don't know. I think I gotta give it like 6 months.
Okay. She only owes $185. Can you do the math real quick and tell it how long it would take to work that out? 4 days. See?
I was told I couldn't work the rest of it off.
Well, I'm gonna make it so you can,
I'll do that.
all right? In the entry, we want to give her the right to work off her fines, okay? Doreen? Excuse me?
Court call.
Yeah.
Court costs. And 4 days she's done, release her from probation. All right? Now, your next hearing is set for 1/23/23 at 9 a.m. And if you get your 4 days, Josh, if she gets her 4 days done, you tell John, cancel the hearing and take her off probation.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right?
Okay, thank you.
Where do you live now?
South Point.
Okay. Hold on a minute. I'm going to put that you will get 4 days community service done. So, would you, I don't need you to do it on the record, but tell Josh what your phone number is. All right, thank you. We're finished. Court's adjourned.